So, Father, we thank you and we praise you this morning. It is in Jesus' name that we pray. Remember, brothers and sisters, we're talking about Proverbs chapter 18, verse 21, that says life and death is in the power of the tongue. James 3:5 says, even so the tongue is a little member and boasts great things. So how great a forest a little fire kindles. Oh my God. That little tongue can start a fire that will burn for years. People, you can say some things that people never will forget. You can hurt people. You can kill people with words. You know, like I talked earlier in the week about the tongue, about the murder, and oh my goodness, the tongue can say so. You can say so many things with your tongue: lies, murder, trust, thereby killing the things we long for most in the world, a relationship. That tongue can kill those relationships. Again, Proverbs 16 through 19 declares, the Lord hates 6 things. In fact, 7 things are detestable to him: arrogant eyes, a lying tongue, hands that shed innocent blood, a heart that plot wicked schemes, feet eager to run to evil, a lying witness who gives false testimony, and one who stirs up trouble among brethren. We should be careful, because a lying tongue will stir up all of these things. Mark chapter 11, verse 23 says, he shall have whatever he says. Did you get that? Let me say that again. Mark 11 and 23 says, he shall have whatever he says. If he says negative things, then that's what he's going to have. If you say negative things, then these are the things that whatever you say is the things that, in other words, what the Bible says, you shall reap what you sow. So if you're sowing lies and corruption and mistrust and all the bad things that make you a bad person, if you are sowing these things, believe me, you are going to reap them also. So let's know that the tongue can also be a force of good. You have the power to give life in your mouth. A friend who says just the right thing at the right time, and you almost feel like a different person. And that is so true. You can speak good things, but you can also speak evil things. You have the choice. There's a choice in Proverbs 18:21. There's a choice of life and there's a choice of death. You choose which one that you want to make effect in someone's life. Isn't that powerful? You can choose to lift up or to tear down. You can choose to love or to hate. You can choose to let go or to embrace. You can choose to lift up or to tear it down. But remember, there's a way out of your mess, and it's JESUS.
Where can you buy a brand new Nissan with a lifetime warranty? Kingston Pike. Hey, folks, Gerald Anderson with Ted Russell Nissan. You heard it right. Every new Ted Russell Nissan comes with a lifetime warranty, and that's a long, long time. Ted Russell Nissan on Kingston Pike.
Good morning and welcome to AM 1380 WYSH and Ask Your Neighbor. Ask Your Neighbor can also be heard and seen on our website, WYSHradio.com. And if you are in Anderson, Rome, or Morgan County and have Comcast cable, you can watch Ask Your Neighbor on BBB TV Channel 12. Ask Your Neighbor is the program where you call in and do just that. Ask Your Neighbor. Do you have a comment? Do you have a problem? Or do you have a question? Then call in and ask your neighbor. 866 865-457-1380 or toll free at 877-711-4005. And for those of you that might be listening or watching on the internet, you can email from our website, WYSHradio.com. Just click on the Contact Us button and email your questions. Now sit back and listen as listeners throughout East Tennessee and the entire world answer your questions on Ask Your Neighbor on BBB TV 12 and AM 1380 WYSH.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome into It's Thursday. Our Thursday means David West stars the stories of the Kaz and Walker Show. The boys are here and in high cotton this morning. Good morning, fellas. How are you? We got the three musketeers on the job.
High cotton or just polyester?
High cotton or polyester, either one. It seems to work just fine.
Yeah.
How y'all doing?
Doing good, I think, ain't we?
We're doing great.
I looked over and saw that poster where I go. It said Senior Citizen Day at Knoxville.
That's yesterday.
I said, did we get on it? He said, he done it.
That's Tuesday. How'd everything go, fellas?
Went real good. David West does a great job every year for me. He did 11:30 to 12:30. One thing about David, he is so punctual.
Bink, bink. Yeah. I mean, you can set your clock by it.
And I just go, you do it.
Barney tore the house down, though. He got out there and started dancing. I didn't know he could dance like that.
Little ladies.
He could do twirls,
oh, yeah.
Man.
Oh, you kidding?
A little ballroom dancing,
I'm fixing to go do some more here in just a minute. I got to be in Maryville at 11:45.
You give me an idea while you're doing them twirls.
Uh-oh.
You know, throwing that arm out there like that.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to give you one of them artificial little arms I got up there.
I'll take it.
Hey, when you twirl it, you jerk that off. Hey,
give him a hand.
Yeah.
He's got three now.
There you go.
Yeah, give him a hand.
That'd be good.
You don't give it and go back. Cause, it'd be cute. I just thought, I look at comedy and then I can add something to it. You just make it.
You done got it down for next year.
He's ready.
Yeah.
Hey,
it's scheduled.
I don't know, we're not buying green bananas.
David, I told him I couldn't stay, but just a minute. We got a big name coming on here at 10:30.
Uh-oh.
So I want to brag on David and them. They did a great job for us as they always do, and it added so much to it. We had Todd Howe come on after they did, and he called bingo for us, and it wasn't the largest crowd as we'd wanted, but it was a good crowd. And they loved David.
It was one of the bigger ones, wasn't it?
It's a good crowd. It was a good crowd. We'll be there this Saturday at 1 o'clock. So if folks want to come out to the Tennessee Valley Fair, I'd love for you to come at 1 o'clock there at the Pepsi tent. I'll be doing Mayberry Day, and we've got several different things we're going to do. I got a couple of new things my wife come up with. We're going to do a fun game with the audience. It's called What's the Next Line? We're going to do a line from Mayberry, and they've got to guess what the next line is. We'll see how smart they are on Mayberry. But we're looking forward to that. Last week when I was on here for just a few moments, and I went, I think it was last week, and he wanted me to tell you how. Terry Kaywood, Don Kaywood's son.
Oh, yeah.
And we was talking about that, and Tom. But Terry, if you're listening, David's smiling from ear to ear, thinking about Don.
Somebody said it's his signature smile. Somebody said it. No, it's just the way I've always done it, you know.
So it looks like a signature or sneaky smile. I always leery of people that smile all the time.
Hey, I've had several women would tell me this and say, and different people, you know, and they say, you look at the audience, say, you look like you're looking right at me or that person.
That's why you do it.
And then even some guy walked up to me about a week ago and said, you know, you relate to the audience real good because when you look at their says, everybody thinks you're looking at them.
That's why you need to do it.
But I am.
But
really, when I don't my eyes down like I'm looking at hips, it'll get them.
I was going to brag on you, too, about getting up and off the stage this year. I didn't have to use my bouncers.
I walked up the steps.
They got up the steps, and David was up there. We didn't have to lift him in the chair. That's right. But he had a great group. You had Donnie and Patty Fox that did a great job. Yeah.
And I got a guest list.
Yes.
I take a short roll of toilet paper. I flip it out there, you know, and they start laughing at that. And then I use it. It's like, I roll it out.
Did you really have anything written on it? No, I knew you did. I told Don there's a picture on there, on the Tennessee Valley website. There's a picture of you, and it's, I don't know where it's at, but they sent some pictures, and it's David sitting there, and it looks like he's looking at toilet paper, and Don goes, is that toilet paper? And I said, yeah, that's a song list right there on there. I said, most people.
And I take and wind them up.
You're talking about high-tech redneck.
You better believe it.
West.
Well, I won't tell you what else he thought about it. He wasn't feeling well. He thought he could use it for later.
Hey, I wish I'd held that when Rick told about the prunes. I said, what do you think I got this for?
We had we do our superlatives. It's after y'all get done, but after the bingo, and we had a gentleman that was 97 years old there.
Wow.
And let's see, he was 92. The lady was 97, so my closest to 100 there. It was great. And had a couple that had been married 67 years.
Wow.
They hate each other. They're tired of each other. But it was all good.
That's where through thick and thin gets too thick, they're going to thin out.
It's too thick, you're going to thin out.
I asked him, I said, in a row? 67 in a row? To the same woman?
Love it.
Which Butcher was over at Wild Wings, was this?
Who was there?
Butcher on Threadgate.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Was he over there Monday? Yeah.
And Grayling, Daddy's over there, Jeff.
Jeff was there. Oh,
Jeff was
great!
there.
I'll tell you,
saved the whole show. They both did.
I missed. I'm gonna have to quit working. Madison Insurance
I
Group.
hadn't
We're
saw
getting so
Butcher.
busy.
I hadn't saw Butcher in a long time. You know, he still has rodeos.
Yeah. They just had a rodeo, I think, up there.
Yeah, he did. And Jeff, he comes over. He stops at the house every now and then when he's here. Grayling's gonna be in Knoxville, October, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Good deal.
Turkey Creek dinner somewhere.
Is he coming to? Cotton Eye Joe's? Or
No, it's a big fancy restaurant where Jeff. He told me, and I had so much
I'll have
going
to call
through
him
my
and
head.
find out. I'd like to see him. Yeah.
Let's go dinner. I want to go see him.
Let's do it. His brother, Gavin, Grayling's brother, Gavin, he works for the Knox County Sheriff's Office. He came right before I resigned. Yeah, he came, and he's doing well. He's on patrol, and he's a good fella, too. He's just like Grayling, good kids.
Yeah.
And Jeff and Donna,
Grayling's
super
coming
people,
forward, ain't he?
doing real well.
He was just, I was at the hospital, not the hospital, but my doctor's getting for my, checkup. We get a checkup every so many months. And this girl come out, was over there, where they take your blood. And, how you doing? She said, well, Grayling's doing good, ain't she? She was following him. And I said, yeah. Seems to be doing pretty good. And I said, his daddy said, is that far from hitting it?
Well, he's hitting it. He's doing well. You guys have made sure and helped him tremendously. And I won't talk about that, but you guys helped him. I mean, everybody needs help and a start. And Grayling's got the drive, the desire to do it, and he loves it. And we're very proud of it.
He's the kind of kid would have done it regardless.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's got that kind of drive. But
bragging on that song. Jeff told me, he said, that song, have you heard that song?
Water at Your Wedding.
Water?
I don't think I've heard that one.
Oh, yeah, it's like
it's a good one.
Grayling wrote it.
Yeah, he wrote it and he's performing it.
Well, good deal.
Yeah. Tell me what
it's about. He's going to one of his ex's weddings. Said I wouldn't come here, but our families go back a long, long time. I noticed you're drinking water at your wedding instead of champagne. Small town secret, worried about what everybody's going to say, insinuating she's getting married because she's pregnant. And it's his ex. But then at the end of the song, he says, I wonder if your secret's going to have my eyes, because 2 months ago you came over to my apartment. Yeah, it's a very clever, very cleverly crafted song, isn't it, David?
He's so smart. He just sits around and studies stuff like that.
Yeah.
And so Jeff said his mama got upset over it. She said, oh, no, look at it. She said, he's got some girl pregnant now. That's the end of it. That's there. And he said, honey, he's not singing about himself. He's singing about somebody else, but he'll put himself in that place. Right. And they were really talking about the water song. They call it the water song.
Yeah.
I mean, Karen first looked at that. She said, look at that. You wonder if this is him he's talking about or somebody else.
Well, you remember we had these same conversations about the bed I made, or the bed I'm lying in, when Jordan wrote it. How these young folks,
he personalized it, didn't he?
Yeah, well, he how these young folks can sit there and write this stuff. Jordan was 14 when he wrote that. Yeah, and then Grayling, it's just some songwriters have a way of telling a story, whether or not it's their story. They just have a way of telling a story.
Yeah.
And Grayling's that kind of kid. He can, he luckily I don't reckon he's been through that heartbreak or that kind of situation yet. But
I was Furlan Husky, Simon Crumb.
Yeah.
So what I was going to say was about country music, and he told the story of how he come up with that. You know the song I'm talking about? It's Country Music's Here to Stay.
Yeah.
Simon Crumb would sing
real
it.
Good.
So he told the story of how he came up with that song, writing that song. He said that not Duca Paducah. What's one of the other comedians back in that day and time? Rod Bradfield.
Yeah.
Rod Bradfield.
Yeah,
said something about it. He said, he's in that voice. He says, "What do you think about this country music?" He goes, "I think it's here to stay." He goes, "Doggone it." And he started, and that's how he wrote that song.
Yeah.
Country music. If you ain't heard it, it's a good song.
Yeah.
It's
Usually
referring to
people-
Hank Snow and Ernest Tubb and all of those guys.
People gives you an idea that we was at Ada. She used to work with us at there. She done a lot of PR work. Went to Washington with us and take pictures and all that. But anyhow, we went to this couple's house. AK Guyton and him. They wanted us to come over and eat because they had some business to take care of. And when we did, him and his wife were just standing in the car talking. So they walked off, and he put his arm around her and walked around. I said, "Look at that." And I said, if you tried as hard to keep somebody, if you to get them, you'd still have them, wouldn't you? That's what we meant. I wrote that song.
Boom.
If I tried hard to keep her,
And I did to get her.
she'd still be here in my arm,
Light bulb went off.
And then L.E. said, I tried to accuse her when she didn't even have nothing to hide, We started adding lines to it. First thing you know, his song is a good song.
Yeah.
Someday L.E. said, "David, some of the songs that we wrote, and you and different one of us said, when we're dead and gone, they're hit." Somebody will sing them. And he said, "Now, you and Luke's what sad for it." I didn't think it, but he's telling that's what he said.
Yeah.
He said, "You and Luke's are sad for it." He said, "After you two's gone, you're playing ahead of your time."
Mm-hmm.
He said, "So we're going to pick that up and say, where did these two come from?"
Hey,
I got to tell you this real quick.
We can say we knew him when, way back when.
Yeah, this guy was down in Nashville, and he took one of them CDs that we got, that big band, and he said he played it for one of the big record companies. He said, "I just took dinner, and I thought they ought to hear it." And he said, "We was in there fixing to do a session, so I just had to stick it on." He said, "Good night, who is that?" I said, "Is that bass player? What age is he?"
No.
They thought they had him a bass player. I said, "Oh, he's up there in a few. Well, can you get a hold of him?" "It's Luke Brandon." "Luke Brandon?" "Oh, you can't get."
Hey, I'm just a deputy, so I'm going to turn it over to the sheriff here. I got to.
Well, tell another thing or two.
Well, no, I've got to head down. We got Anthony coming on here. We need to talk about some Martin guitars, don't you? Yeah.
We got him.
So let me let him in here, and I'll.
Well, we had a good time at the fair.
We did.
Tell all them
If you
people
get a
really
chance-
enjoyed it.
Yeah, they did. They love it, and each year. So if hopefully, good Lord will give us another year. And I'm going down here. Actually, if I wished I was on the task force still, and I'd go out here and look for that guy that shot Charlie Kirk. I'll tell you what, that's a sad thing going on. But
They found the gun.
Did they find the gun?
They just texted me and said they found the gun.
Okay, well, I'll tell you what.
In the woods.
Anthony will attest to this. They will get him. Yeah,
Mhm.
They will get him. And it's evil.
That's sad.
Evil.
That
This
was
world's
a good
sorry.
fella, wasn't it?
Oh gosh, he's
He
great.
was a good
But,
kid.
my wife cried that last night. She just
So did mine.
Loved Charlie Kirk.
So did mine. My stepdaughter did too. He's something.
How did you not love somebody like
Well,
him?
he 3 years ago he was scheduled to be here with us at January at our the big men's banquet at Crown College, and last minute had to reschedule. And they had Donald Trump's chief of staff or whoever came and spoke. He did a great job. But I was looking forward to meeting Charlie, and but done a great job. But I'll tell you one thing about Charlie: he never did do an event. He didn't mention Jesus.
Oh, no.
That's the most important thing. Yeah.
He told all the kids about it.
Absolutely.
In every single thing that he did, he gave his testimony.
That's what got him killed. He was pulling all these young people.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know what? These folks never think it through because all they do is they light a fuse.
Yeah.
You know, they just light a fuse.
I'm gonna leave. Hey, November the 17th. Mark that on your calendar. David WYSH. I'm gonna have you guys come out here. First Baptist of Clinton. We're gonna have Massing Insurance.
November 17th. Now, what day is that on?
It's gonna be on a Monday. It'll be at noon free event. So I'll keep you updated on that.
You remember it, Howard?
All right,
Write on a
Sammy.
piece of paper for me, Ron.
I got
I'll
you
forget
written
it.
down. I got you.
I forget. You know, another guy that I heard speak, I just couldn't believe it, was Jethro.
Yep.
He had him in Congress.
Yep.
He said, before I start speaking, I want you to know now, I'm not speaking this for Democrats and Republicans. I've been in jail and I can't even vote. Wouldn't make no difference who I'm for. He said, so I'm not for any side. But I'm going to tell you, and he was talking about the drugs. His drugs coming across the border. Buddy, he made a speech. He said, before I came here, I said, you going to cut me off or did I get to tell my speech? And he said, so I'm planning on doing it all tonight. So they just, oh, man, he had everybody, even me. I said, no, everybody that I know of was sitting on tips of their toes, listen.
Yeah.
Well, he was so good. Yeah. He's got so much talent.
He's lived through it. He lived it hard.
I listened to that thing the other day. It's not okay, but it'll be all right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
His future was coming. It's going to be all right. He said.
Well,
it's not okay, but it's going to be all right.
And he's living proof people can change their lives and go positive too. If they want it.
Well, he tells it like it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
That's what I said about George Jones. I mean, I loved his music stuff. And reading, he was so good. He'd lived it. He knew what he was singing about.
Yeah.
Very
true. Very true.
Wouldn't it be good if Mr. Walker had been a singer and sung what he was?
I can't even imagine Mr. Walker singing under any circumstances.
Hey, Anthony, he's still been on one song.
He'd still be on the first verse.
Yeah. He wouldn't even stop for a break.
I got to meet Kaz over at your show back when I was probably 11, 12-year-old playing on it, playing banjo on the show. And he was a character, a real nice fella. Yeah, very, very nice to kids too. Because I was a kid then, and you don't forget stuff like that.
Oh, I know it.
I got to work with him on the barn from '92 to he passed away in '98, wasn't it, David?
I guess, yeah.
'98, yeah.
Yeah, well, it was, yeah.
But he wasn't no stuck up person. He was rich.
Oh Lord, no.
Yeah.
Dirt, But he always said, I'm not Kaz Walker. I work for Kaz Walker just like all my employees do.
Yeah.
It's a good idea. He did. If he went in his stores and bought a cup of coffee, he paid for it.
Wow.
And he expected his people to do the same thing.
Well, that's honorable.
David knows that firsthand. You'd go in to get a hot dog or a cup of coffee, you pay for it.
Pay for it. And, I learned all that stuff from him because, see, most usually concession stand people are on a percentage, 25%.
Right.
And if you go in there and give it to all your friends, you give her money away too.
Yeah, you're giving everybody's money away.
So everybody, you need to just do it a business way. Mr. Walker said, a business is a business, and you need to treat every bit of it like a business. I learned so much from him.
One time, David, this old lady used to come to this barn all the time. And, of course, my wife, she had a big heart, and she said, David said, why don't you give her a ticket? He said, let her come in. He said, she's here every week. He said, she don't have no money. And David said, well, Jeanette said, if you feel that way, won't you buy her a ticket?
I don't remember that.
This is a business, and it is because you let her in free. They talk.
Yeah, they talk.
You let her in free. So.
Yeah. Hey, this is funny.
When I ran the barn, he expressed that. He's like, people don't come in for free. And it cost me the day that Montgomery Gentry, they were playing over at the Coliseum for John Michael before they were big, and they came to the show after their show.
Right.
And so we're doing the first set, finishing up the first set. Back then we had 2 shows. We were finishing up first one, and these guys come in, these long coats and hats, and that just wasn't the Siderville crowd. And I'm playing drums, and I can't say anything. And I notice they don't pay, and so I wait till I get a break. I hollered at the girl. I said, "They pay?" And she was like, "No." And she was going to tell me. David said, "Okay," but I said, "Make them pay." And before you know it, Eddie Montgomery's like, "All right, we'll pay it." And I didn't realize it was Montgomery Gentry. I made them pay to come into Siderville, and then they played the second set.
So and they had to pay to play.
They paid to play.
Hey, this is true.
But David,
like these Bradbury's and these places that take up offering, I always give them a lot more than what they. If they ask them $2, I give them a $5 bill because I understand how it is.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing ain't free. As Jerry Moore said, there ain't no free lunches because somebody got to pay.
Somebody's got to pay.
But it's happening in people's lives. I didn't know they listened to me. We was over at Old Charlie's, and Crystal Gale works with us, and Danny, they were doing a little show there. They paid like 2 people come in there and sang, and a pretty good crowd. They had a big crowd, and we sat there. And I was also over there when Mandy and her group was over, and it was real good. They had a real good group, but it's just soothing. You sit there and get to eat and listen to the music, like that.
Yeah.
And they do your song if you're hard and ask them. But we got up to leave, and I had them a pretty good tip, and Karen said, right in front of all these people, she's talking to somebody, she's talking loud over here, said, said, that's a really good band right there. They were good.
Yeah.
And they said, yeah, we thought about it. I said, here, show me how good you think it was. Drop it in this bucket. Everybody got a kick out of it, right? Show me how good it was.
One thing I could say about David, he takes care of people when you go eat. He makes sure they got a good tip. And
I get to tell you something funny. I'm not telling this now to be smart, but because I do it a lot of places, but me and the bank was talking about it, and I told him, I said, I leave tips bigger than some of the bankers want me to do.
Yeah.
we went over here to, what's that big new restaurant? I can't say that.
Aspire.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I told the food, this 4 of us, I think the food was $185, which was good.
Yeah.
Because everybody got what I said, get everything you want. But when we started to leave, I give Fred was there and Crystal Gale, I had them $100 a piece tip because they was singing.
Yeah.
Was the guy that come around our food. I give him $100, and then we rode that cart down there, and I said, well, I better give her something, too. And I give her $100. I said, we paid double on that, but, but Karen likes that. We see people like that, and sometimes, especially if I see a church group, see, that's why I like to do benefit, is something that I know where it's going.
Yeah.
So when it goes. I'm not saying this to be smart. It ain't my money. Begin with, belongs to God, everything belongs to God.
That's right, yeah.
And if you ever get in an ambulance and you drive off and see something as many times I have Ciderville, not knowing you're ever coming back.
Yeah,
money don't worry you. You ain't worried about that.
Yeah, it's the least of your worries.
You try and get better and get that. But anyhow, you take stuff like that, where you give it to people, and you know exactly, it don't go to a benefit. You know exactly where it goes.
You're right.
And it just makes it, to me, that's soup day.
Yeah.
Look how many years, 11 years of soup day.
Uh-huh. How
many hundreds of people we fed?
Yeah, a lot of people.
Always about.
A lot of people.
The lowest probably is 25 a day. It's about 60.
Yeah.
We had tables 60, and some of them we had moved to the music barn at over 100.
Yeah.
And I was talking to Martin yesterday that we said we're going to put on one of them Martin seminar things. And I said, it's according to how much, if you're going to put strings on, we'll try to do it at the store. But if we're going to show guitars, we'll have to take it next door.
Take it next door.
I have 105 people.
That's right.
And he said, well, the best he'd ever saw was about 60.
Yeah, about 50 to 60.
50 to 60 people.
That's right, yeah.
I mean, we put them on.
Yeah.
And all you got to do is say, come on out, it's free food.
Yeah. I'll come if you got free food.
You say free people to show up.
That's right. I'll show up anywhere if you got free food.
Jerry Moore was a great fiddle player, and he worked with everybody that needed him. And first thing he'd say, though, and he was real quiet, he had nothing much to say. Jerry, could you play over yonder at so-and-so? Yeah. I'll go help you, David. Do they feed us?
yeah, I know what you mean.
Hey, Luke was worried if they gave cigarettes and Jerry didn't feed us.
Yeah, whenever I go play in the band, I'm always worried about if you get free food, too. I'm going to lie about it. Get a hamburger.
But anyhow, let's talk a little bit about the Martin business. Boy, it's coming on, ain't it?
Man, it is. Yeah, we've stocked it up big. I mean, I'm proud, blessed, thankful, a million words I can say. Thankful to the customers that come in and support it. Sold one yesterday.
Yeah.
You're just sitting there having an ordinary day. Nice gentleman from Tazewell come in. He was actually a preacher at a church, and I apologize to him out there in Radio Land right now that I can't remember which church it is in Tazewell, but very, very nice guy. He played on 4 or 5 Martin guitars and said, this one's the one I want. Give me a price on it. So I feel like we do the best deals in town, and we gave him a good price, and he took it home to Tazewell with him yesterday and going to be playing it in church, and, those are blessings.
Yep.
Yeah.
They are. Went to a good home. So Martin's coming on good, stocking in a lot of cool things. We've got
some of the new stuff. It's just coming off.
Yeah, some of the new stuff, and think we've decided to put a little bit more money in it, and take it on up about two more notches. Well, we don't want to take it a notch, about two.
Number one,
yeah.
In state,
yeah.
Up big.
No need in taking it up one notch, take it up two. So I think that's what we're going to do. We're looking at.
I'm that way. If you're going to do something, you got to do it. Okay, it's just like this. You could take a tractor and trailer load of watermelons. If you just put 12 out there, you can't sell them.
Yeah.
If you pile up a haystack full of them things, everybody stop buying them.
Yeah, everybody's.
That's what I used to do with Christmas trees. I could put 10 Christmas trees, are beautiful ones, but they wouldn't buy them. But I could start one end of that building, that's a long
line them up.
Yeah. To the other end of that building. Good, let's stop right. Look at the Christmas tree.
And everybody wants a Christmas tree in Waterville.
They'd come in there and buy them Christmas trees. I kept a chainsaw there. I say, if you get any, I said, I got any size you want. I can get my chainsaw.
Yeah.
I said, you pick your tree. I can't add to it. I can get you a longer one.
Right.
But I can make it down.
Make it shorter.
Wherever you want.
That's right.
And I get big trees so I can cut it down, make anything you want,
Yeah. Yeah.
And then this is real something to think about. Everybody at Christmas, his Christmas tree, usually have quite a few left over.
Right.
Well, I might have 50. Of course, I sold hundreds of them. I sold them at 1,000.
Right.
And it got Christmas Eve. What I do, I take them all up at about 3. I tell boys, load out dump truck them trees, and they're going to leave me 3 real pretty ones. And we leave 3 real pretty in there, and they go, because you know what they said. I learned a lot of stuff like that from Mr. Walker. Said, I wish you look, he sold every one of them things but 3. Look, he got 3 left. Boy, he's a firecracker, eh?
You hauled off 47. You had 50 left.
We had a big hole, we take put this 47 in.
Yeah.
Mr. Walker already had it down. Oh, he was.
Yeah.
He was a promoter like nobody can believe.
Yeah.
Somebody was talking about somebody important. Well, I mean, everybody's important, but somebody in a big business said, I'll never forget the thing you told me about. They wouldn't sell in the front page of the paper. You remember that, Ron? You put that wagon out there.
Set it on fire.
Yeah.
He's on the front page of the paper.
Somebody big was telling me about that the other day. Somebody in big business and said, that was the funniest thing. He got it for nothing.
Yeah. And then called and reminded him.
Yeah. $35 for an old wagon.
And then called and reminded him. Said, told you I'd be on the front page, above the fold.
And he made it.
Oh, yeah. He put this. He's wanting to buy the front page of the paper. Well, they wouldn't sell it to him. No. And he said, I'll give you 2 or 3 times what you're getting out of it for it. I just like to get 1 time the front page of the paper. No, I don't care. He said, we don't care who you are, Mr. Walker. You can't control everything.
Right.
Well, he wasn't wanting control. He just wanted to buy the front page.
He wanted to buy an ad.
I took his money. I can eat steak on that. I can't eat steak on them low ends and them promises,
That's right.
But they wouldn't do it, so he's a guy that you should never fight. He went and bought a $35 hay wagon and filled it full of hay, loose hay, put it right in front of his store. He called the fire department, the newspaper, everything. All the cops, get out there. There's a big fire at Cass Walker store. He hadn't lit it yet. He had gas, some kerosene on it. We were going to go up.
Right.
He said, here them fire trucks flying. That's almost in his place. And just as everybody started pulling in, he stuck the match to it. That thing went up. Headline to the paper. Big fire at Cass Walker Supermarket made the whole front page.
Yeah. Got some good publicity.
There you go.
I'll tell you one that I really like.
I may have to burn some leaves down at Ciderville.
I'll tell you one that I like. Listen, I just thought, this is just good. This is hard to get around. He went up there and he had he's right on the Tennessee River. And he like 12 inches, having enough land to build a building he went to there. He said, I just like 12 inches, and their roads are their roads, and said, I probably even voted on them for them. But I got thinking, I'd like to put a building there. And he said, I didn't know what to do, so I got thinking. Said, he owned a big construction company. He said, I just told boys, get me some of them big boulder rocks.
Yeah.
And I own about 20 loads of them right here on my side of the river. And he said, when we got through pushing, I was a foot over. He said, then I went to the guys over it. I said, you do me a favor? He said, I covered it over with dirt, put a little grass on it. I said, it looked good. He said, would you come out there and say, that boy didn't look to me like he could count very good at measure this. That guy come up there and said, yeah, you can put Bill in here, Mr. Walker. Said, he must have inches 12 inches over. I said, you're 12 inches over instead of under. I said, go ahead and build your building. So what he done, he just pushed Tennessee River over that side.
He moved it over a little bit.
Pretty smart thinker.
He said, this is funny. I might have told, I don't know, but he was on Chapman Highway. He said he had some property there. And about 100 feet off the road, he had an ice cream joint. Oh, he said it was just going like a house fire. It was his words. It going like a house fire. I said, the guy next door to him didn't like him much. And they went there and put bushes all in their parking lot so nobody couldn't even see his place. He said, I'm dead. So he went and got him, them come out there with that neon sign and had a man winking, pointing in there like that. Had a man winking and pointing behind the bushes. He said, Lord, they drive in there to see what was back there. Selling ice cream. He said he picked up and I started selling water.
Yeah. Smart thinker.
Yeah. He was he was really a smart guy when it came to marketing.
Yeah.
He knew how to market. And just like, how he made mayonnaise and stuff. He'd do stuff that he made that lemonized mayonnaise. Supreme, he owned a company, Supreme Lemonized Mayonnaise, or company, Supreme Foods.
Yes.
He owned that. And I remember when every mayonnaise that I ever saw on the shelf had big lemons on the front of it. Lemonized. Yep. If lemonized mayonnaise, he's going to put them all out of business. Yeah. They had to go with him.
How about, David? They used to put vinegar in mayonnaise to make it.
Yeah.
Give it a little kick.
They got short on vinegar. They didn't have enough vinegar to make the mayonnaise. And they came to Ms. Walker said, what are we going to do? So we've got no stuff put in it. Put lemon juice in it.
Tame it down.
What he done.
Yeah.
I'll tell you.
Lemonized mayonnaise.
I've been buying that mayonnaise that's got lime in it. I like to make Mexican corn. So, one of my favorite things to eat. So I'll rub that lime mayonnaise on the corn and put all the cheese and all that on it and go to town.
There's a mayonnaise out right now, and I just forgot the name of it, but you can taste the lemon juice in it.
Yeah. And
they said it says on the jar, they've been making it ever since about that time.
Yeah.
And Miss Walker did that, and so you can taste it in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they probably got that. He might have got the idea from them. They got from him. Yeah. Who knows? It was way back in there.
Right, it's a long time ago, right?
And it didn't make any difference. He was in it too.
Yeah.
He didn't matter who was first because he's both in the race. I didn't know he owned Supreme Foods, and Con Hunley's uncle was one that started me on banjo, and we was dinner at the Snow White. Used to be at Oak Ridge. You remember that restaurant, Ron?
I remember.
Snow White, good place to eat that real country food.
Yeah.
Give me old boy heart. Give me one on the steak. Give me one on the hamburger. Give me one on the chicken, whatever it was. They had 2 meats every day. And he'd heard, give me one. Give me one on the mashed potatoes. He'd hollered down there. This guy couldn't drive, and he rode a bus down there every morning for I forget how many years.
Right.
To get that out of there. And so there sat a Supreme truck outside, and somebody said, Johnny Brewer, we called him Bo. Who you working for? And they said, Kaz Walker. I work for Kaz Walker. And I stood there and I said, I thought you worked for Supreme Foods. He said, I do, but that check says Kaz Walker when I get it. He said he owns it. And I said, oh, okay. Right. That's how come he did. And I asked him about that, how come he bought it? And he told me it'd come up as a good deal, I think. Right. And that's when he was telling us about the lemon juice. And vinegar, he couldn't get it and it went sour, so he just tamed it up something else. He had a motive and a good thought on everything. He would get the stores with his competitors, and back then you probably don't remember that, boy. I remember it. They'd take bushel baskets and set them all out in front.
I do.
Of the store. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I remember even when I started, you had them big racks of drinks. You'd roll them out like a 2-wheeler. You'd have Pepsi and you'd have RC and Grape Pet and Dr. Pepper, and every morning we'd roll them out there. And then at the grocery stores in Tracy and Knoxville, they had one big old long window, and they all set baskets there. They have a basket of beans, a basket of potatoes, basket of greens, and it was in green season, right? You know, in the fall, or getting up in the fall, and he put the greens up there. And some way, he said this dog was coming across the street, and he was, stopping to use the bathroom, and he said, we just happened to have a camera there, that boy did, and he said, let me get a picture of that right quick. He went there and got that dog watering them greens down. And so he said, oh, that's good. Said, get that name of that store, raise it way up there where you get the name of that store, and put on it Cass Walker's greens are above the high water mark. And he run that in the newspaper. Yeah.
Sounds like I need to try a few of these tricks.
High water mark.
He owned 51% of Kroger.
Yeah, I'd heard that.
Oh, he was big Kroger and Winn-Dixie and another chain, and then he owned Paycash that sold to that big store up in the product. I can't think of the name of it right off, but he owned he sold to a lot of big stores.
Well, one thing about it, when you're in the grocery business, people's got to eat, so you're going to make money.
You're going to make money one way or the other.
Got to eat, that's right. So.
Oh, it's something else. He was some gentleman, I tell you. He was just, every day I worked for him, and I drove for him for a long time, probably 4 years, I guess, or maybe more, 3 or 4 years, 5 something. But I'd sit and think at night, because we had to go to Virginia tomorrow. We'd go to somewhere.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll go to Kentucky, where we had them stores, and he'd tell me,
Right.
Now tomorrow we're going to do TV, but we're going to do it early, and we're going to get out before it's over. And he'd say, you pick right quick. I played that on that.
Yeah.
Dan, put David on right quick. And so Dan would bring me out there and put me on, and I'd pick. And I get through, here he'd come. Now, folks, me and David's got to leave. We got a hen on a nest in Virginia, and we'll see you. Don't you see us? Now, the show's going to keep going, but we got to go that quick.
Yeah.
He walked out on there and tell them all. We'd carry the banjo off and go out and get in the car and take off.
Drive off.
But I would study the night before. What is it you need to know about? What part of the things you can do and you can't do? What's a lot of law on a lot of stuff, and things that was good for promotion. And I mean, he had them.
Yeah.
He just come up with them.
It was Cass Walker College for David.
Yeah. He taught him a lot.
Yeah, he taught me a lot.
In which, in return, David's teaching me a lot, too, by the way. Yeah.
Hey, I'll tell you what, Anthony's taught me some, too.
Well, I don't know about that. You taught me a lot.
Hey, Ron, I want to tell you 2 things that he done. Of course, one of them I couldn't have done. One of them I couldn't have used the internet because I was a little bit before it, before it got like it is. But he takes, every time he sells, or a lot of times, not every time, but sometimes he sells instruments, he puts them on the internet.
Yeah, I see him.
Another thing he done that I never thought of, and I had to give him 5 on it. He buys a Martin guitar, say HD28. It comes in. He takes it out, hangs it on the wall. The rest of them stays in the box. So we hang them up one at a time as you sell them, because some people want them in a box and never been touched.
Mm-hmm.
So he takes and puts one out, and the one he puts out, he takes and puts the case right back down in that box. All your paperwork's in that case.
Mm-hmm.
Your button that goes in the end's in that case. And he closes it up, tapes it, and right on it where it is. And when you come to about HD28, I like this right here on the wall. He gets it, goes back there and gets the right box for it, and sticks it in that case.
And they haul your box off for you.
People, I didn't know they liked the boxes so good. See, what I was doing, here's what I was doing. I was a little different then. We'd take in boxes for a lot of them. We had so many, we had to break them down, throw them in the dump.
Right.
Now, some of them we kept, because if you bought one at UPS, it's about $40. So we ran them for $20. I sold them. Because half of them, 2/3 of them, I had to let them all off. I didn't have a place big enough for them.
Right.
So if I put it in guitars and then sold the others, that's just a good idea.
The big reason I do it, we might have mentioned this on the show before, but just to refresh it, I look at it like a gun collector. When you go to buy an old gun like an old Smith & Wesson or Colt, everybody wants the box because it brings the value to the gun more, especially if you've got a box with the original serial number on it. So with Martin Guitar, they put the serial number on the box. It's all stamped on there in 2 locations, and the serial number matches the guitar. So basically, when you go to sell the guitar, if you choose to do that, you've got exactly the kit that it came in. The box with the serial number on it, the guitar with the serial number on it, the paperwork, yada, yada. And then I like Ron's ideal, too. I hadn't thought about that one, but that's good. Then I don't have to haul the paper to the dump.
You don't have to haul it off. You don't have to break it down. You don't have to, you know what I mean?
No work from Anthony. I like that.
And that way you get rid of the box.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, get rid of the box.
Instead of them carrying the case out with all the paperwork, it's just straight there, and they put all that together, so it cut out labor.
Well, it's to me, you know, when I buy a gun, I want the box with it, and I keep the box.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's just part of it.
That's, you know,
instruments are expensive.
I got a Henry Golden Boy, and I was talking to somebody, and they said, you know, the boxes are almost as valuable as
That's
the gun.
very true. The box.
I got the box in my safe and the gun on my wall.
Exactly. There you go. Case in point on that. So, but we're looking at moving things forward. I'm real excited to just tell out to people today that, you know, we're putting in some CEO guitars. We've took a beautiful guitar from them yesterday. A blue. It's actually blue.
Mm-hmm. It's brand new. It's never been out yet.
It's unusual. I mean, it's really cool. I mean, it's actually the color of stained blue.
Yeah.
First one I've ever seen in my life of it. Actually, a friend of mine. I'll shout out to Dennis Smith with the Highway Patrol there some months ago. He's a big instrument guy, you know, and plays bass in church. He actually sent me a picture of it, and I do apologize on the show to him. I was in Nashville, and I forgot to take a look into it more. So the Martin rep came by yesterday. David was actually visiting. We got to talk to him a long time, and we started talking on that guitar, and we took one of them because it's something interesting. It's something I don't think the store has ever had a blue guitar, a blue Martin guitar.
The first batch that come out.
I mean, this is the first one, right? Yeah. So, and it's called a CEO-11, a CEO-11, and we're excited to get it. I think around the 1st of November, somewhere right in there.
We may rush it on that.
Yeah. I may rush it up some.
We put it as soon as possible on some of that stuff.
Exactly.
They get out quick.
And we took it. I'm sorry, Harold. I didn't mean
to. It's okay. That black Johnny Cash that you carry too out there.
Yeah,
is a beautiful guitar.
There's, you know, I've got a lot of guitars. There's very few of them on the earth that I'd like to have. But I'd like to have an old, probably '92 Stevie Ray Vaughan Strat. That's the first year I think they came out with that commemorative. And I'd like to have one of those black Johnny Cash Martins.
Well, Anthony can hook you up.
I bet you can.
Guess why there, Ron?
What's that?
I've got one ordered.
We talk the high dollar one or the low dollar one?
Well, I've got a low dollar one in stock. We had a high dollar and sold it pretty quick. So
I don't know if I can afford either.
We might give you a friends and family love discount or something.
The old family.
There you go. The old family plan. That's $30 more.
$30 more than what the sticker says.
And you put it on lay-by, right? I can lay it away.
Right. Charge you $50 to put it away.
There you go.
Anyway, but no, we've got one of those coming in, and I'm excited to say too, we've stepped the game up into the way, David. I think you had told me one time you had 12 D45 Martins.
Holy cow.
Well, this is going to be my first one, so I'm just glad to say I've got one coming now.
Jeez.
I mean, that's as always you sell them $10.
Yeah,
more than that.
Well, they're expensive, you know, and but it's a heck of a guitar, you know. We've got a CEO 7 coming. I think you've sold CEO 7s in your tenure with it, and we got one of those coming.
We sold a lot of 5s.
Yeah.
You know, the guy that made the tops, well, he cut some of them trees down and rode over in Gatlinburg on that going over to Maggie Valley on the back road. He tore up a lot of those trees, and he cut them down and sold the tops to Martin.
Right.
I mean, hundreds of tops, hundreds. Well, he wanted some CEO 5s, and they told him, said, well, we can't sell it, different than we do to one of our employees. Said, if you want a bunch of them, so just call David and go get them from him, because we can't sell them to you.
Yeah.
That's what he did. He bought 6, I think, from me.
About 6.
John Arnold. He was a repairman from Martin. You'd think them buying 1,000 tops from him that did.
Right.
And, I'll get you one of these.
Yeah, get him one of them.
Well, they're real strict.
Yeah, they are strict.
They're real strict.
But they're fair and consistent about everything. And our rep.
They treat everybody like.
Our rep, Mark Campbell, he's new with the company, but let me tell you something. He's Johnny on the spot.
Oh, he is.
David, if I pick up the phone and call him and need something, if he's actually on a phone call, within just a minute or two, the phone's ringing back. That's what I try to tell people when they come in the store. I gave up string instrument playing 28 years ago, probably around 20-year-old, and I'm 48 now. I was, as you know, a banjo player and doodled around on. Yeah, I done a little bit, and doodled around on a guitar for a while. But Martin guitar is consistent. That's what I like about them. Since the 1800s, they're consistent, and you having them down at Ciderville, you done real well with that. I mean, you were a big seller in the world, and the state, well known for it, and we want to just continue that on. These other guitars are fine and dandy and all that, but I'm just a believer in the Martin guitar. It's anything that can survive the history from the 1800s is good enough for me.
I tell people a lot of times, Anthony, and I'm out there hanging around on Thursday and stuff, I say, you're not buying a guitar. You're making an investment.
Yeah, you are. You're right, Harold. You're making an investment.
I guarantee you keep that guitar 10 years down the road, it's going to make you money.
Well, a bank only gives you, 1% a year on your money? I mean, think about it. If you took some cash and invested in Martin guitars and you were lucky, number one.
Grow quicker.
Well, yeah, I mean, number one, nobody stole them. Number two, you were blessed and your house didn't burn down, and you actually got to keep your stockpile. I'm saying, think about the money they'll bring one day. It's just investments, and investing in the good ones, I think, is where it's at too. It's money in the bank.
Oh, yeah. See, Martin don't have a lot of dealers. Back when I took it, Martin himself was there.
Right.
Yeah,
I think Chris Martin actually signed you up, didn't he?
He did.
Now
Chris Martin came in with Dave Jeffers and signed me up, told him to.
Yeah.
So we're going to sign him up.
And that was an honor.
That was, I don't know what year it was. I had to put it back and see, but it was. That guy, that rep yesterday couldn't hardly believe it. He's standing right there. He's standing right there, and he said, give them to me.
Yeah.
And they come from another store or two from Knoxville, had it.
Yeah.
And nobody wanted me to have it.
Well,
back that time.
Well, you're a smart businessman. You know how to make money. So
they cut me off. They helped me off of Petey. They helped me off of Pearl drums. They helped me off from Gibson, Epiphone, Martin. They just helped me off from it. Helped me off with them Fender, Rich.
But you're a businessman. You know how to make money.
But see, I had connections. Me and the lady, she married the guy, Bill Carson, which he invented part of the Fender stuff. He walked through the store door one day and see, she goes way back in the 60s with Barnum and Buster. And her daddy was real wealthy. He bought her a new Pinto when she went to college down here. And we both worked with Barnum and Buster. And then we go ride around together and go out and eat stuff. And he just walked through the door one day. I mean, I didn't even know him. I'm Bill Carson. I said, oh, I knew who he was. And he said, Dad.
Right.
I'm with Fender and Bill Carson. I said, yeah. You know my wife, Susan. I said, oh, yeah, I know her. We were good friends. And we both picked on the same TV show. Said, she wants you to have Fender. I guess she found out I wanted it.
Right.
I could have called her and she'd done it like that. Because later she took his place, and he was one of the big wheels in it. She took his place, but anyhow, he just sat down and had a big yellow pad, and he said, I mean, this is way back there, when money was still money, as my daddy used to say. And he said, tell me what you want. And I said, well, Mr. Carson, I've never had it before. I don't even know what I want. I don't even know what I need. I took, it was Rhodes pianos, they had that. And I took, what was their drum? Rogers drums, they owned that.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
And I said, I want Fender. And he said, here's a catalog. We just sit there like, had a big old yellow tab about that big. He just sit there like this and said, that there's a good seller. You need 3 of this. I said, okay, put it down. He did 2 of this. And I always liked unusual stuff, something nobody else had.
Yeah, I'm that guy too.
I say, give me that. He said, that won't sell. It's no good. I said, the bad seller. I said, give me one of them, man. I'll give you one of them that hang on the wall. I can sell it because I was the one that had it.
Yeah, right.
And he said, you have anything you want.
Right.
But I'm telling you what, don't sell. I don't sell.
Yeah.
And when I got through, back in those days, it was $60,000.
Wow.
Well, that's a lot of money.
A lot of money.
I mean, $60,000 then. But it cost a lot to get them dealerships back in.
Oh,
Maybe
it cost a lot.
$105,000.
Yeah, it costs a lot now.
Well, it costs a lot.
See, all the drum companies I have, you have to buy into every one of those too.
Yeah.
Now, I don't want to confuse people on the talk of it. Like if a buy-in's $10,000, I mean, you actually get $10,000 worth of product.
Yeah.
But here's the problem. You can't get $9,000. You can't buy in for $9,000. They want 10. On some companies. So you got to physically have $10,000. To stock that product.
Well, they do have. Probably, no telling what Fender was. I'd say Fender back in was about 30, but I wanted to saturate it, so it took 50 to 60. Because, see, I had the drums, the pianos, and when you get all them lined, it costs a lot.
It costs a lot. See, people don't understand what it takes to open up a music store. It's ridiculously, priced. We've got probably 10 drum companies. Some of them you're looking at, $5,000 a piece to $10,000, And we have Rogers, by the way, again. Rogers is remaking drums.
Are they? I didn't know that.
They're remaking drums, and we actually have a brand new set of the Mardi Gras colored kit. It's got the...
Rogers is a big drum.
It's a big deal. Yeah, Rogers is a big deal, and honored to have it at the store, too, by the way.
Have they been closed or just...
Well, they just kind of went out of business. I don't know technically they ever went out of business, but they just faded away, and... They've made a comeback a few years back. They're built, actually distributed from California to us, and great people to work with too. Big Bang Distributed, they're great people to work with.
Gretsch makes a pretty drum.
We love our Gretsch drums at Ciderville. That's a piece of history. Also,
name some of the lines you got. You got Gretsch.
Oh, let's see here if I can get them all out. We've got Tama, Pearl, Sonar, Mapex. Rogers, Gretsch, Lucky, and I'm probably missing a bunch here. That's just, I've got two beautiful kits right now if somebody was looking for something vintage.
You got Ludwig and Pearl, don't you?
Well, I'm getting ready to do Ludwig. Funny you to mention it. We were in negotiations. I took a little trip down to Mexico the other day, and as I was getting on the plane, they actually called and we chatted about it. So we're looking at doing Ludwig pretty soon.
Okay.
I thought did they die down and just come back?
Well, Ludwig's been around. They've stood the test of time too. They've always been around. They're not going anywhere. It's a piece of American history.
Who owns Pearl now?
Well, it's actually just Pearl. It's not. As far as I know, it's just Pearl. It's.
I thought Fender or somebody had bought them.
No, they've got their own headquarters in Nashville. Just Pearl and. Of course, they're Japanese-made drums. And what's really good about Pearl drums is if you buy a Pearl drum or a piece of Pearl hardware, it always has a lifetime warranty on it.
Yep.
So I had a customer come in the other day with a broke arm for one of the bass drum mounts to put his rack tom on. I called my rep up at Pearl, said, hey, I'm looking at this piece. It's stripped. And he said, what's his name and address? And I gave it to him, said he'll have one in 5 days or less.
That's awesome.
So the customer called and said, hey, thanks, Anthony. I received my arm. I think it was like 2 to 3 business days. So they're, I said,
good company.
Do we owe you?
They're good drums. They're good drums too.
Drums,
I've played them.
Yeah, Pearl's great.
Is Slingerland in business again?
Well, Slingerland just came back. I think they're owned by DW out in California now. So it's something new that's getting produced as we speak. Actually, I mean they've got some out.
Something that we grew up with.
Oh yeah, you grew up with Rogers and Slingerland, Pearl, Thomas.
I just sitting here figuring my Pearl drums are 32 years old. I got them in '93 from David. That's 32 years.
I've got a double bass drum set of Rogers at the store right now from 1960.
Oh, wow.
3 rack toms, 2 4 toms, and the original snare drum.
That's cool.
Double bass drum.
That's cool.
Yeah, so we're trying to move in some of that old vintage gear down at Ciderville, too, in the drum section, and guitars. We've 77 Gibson guitar we've got in stock right now, just all kinds of vintage.
You got some good old Les Pauls that you bought.
We do. Yeah, we've got some Les Pauls. Yeah, we're not doing Gibson right now as far as actually. I mean, we have used Gibsons in the store. Notice I said used.
You got a good banjo, too.
We do. We've got a couple great Gibson banjos, but we're not really moving forward with Gibson right now. It's not right now in my thought and visions.
If you bought a estate out, boy, you got you talk about some beautiful.
Yeah, we stopped at an estate over in Knoxville that had about 60 guitars, and I think we took 54 of them. I think 3 of them I didn't want, and I don't say this story to brag. Don't anybody take this wrong, but there was an older gentleman, probably in his 80s, that was playing a guitar on a couch, and the gentleman running the auction said he was wanting it, and I said, well, I'll buy it for him. Just give it to him. So, we like to do stuff like that at Ciderville. And if y'all don't mind, I don't mean to keep talking, but I want to share a story with you that happened at Ciderville the other day that was just absolutely amazing. I mean, this is actually the type of customers that, David, you have built at Ciderville that are coming back with me now and shopping with me and so forth. And, man, what an honor this story is. But here it goes. There was a gentleman come in the store the other day, him and his wife, and they were looking at Martin guitars, ironically. And they actually purchased 2 Martin guitars, high-dollar guitars, okay, and one buy. And there was a young kid in there. He was a college kid, probably about 20 years old. And, he was talking, hey, I'm in college. I'd like to buy an instrument, but money's tight. I'm trying to make it, and get my schooling paid for. And I guess one of the customers there just overheard that out of the right ear, I joke and say. And they kind of got me off to the side when they were leaving. They paid for these guitars and was walking out the door, and the lady says, if you think that young man's sincere when you talk to him, call me in a few minutes and I'm going to buy his instrument for him. And he walked out of there with a brand new Danville mandolin in a case, and she actually paid for that for him.
Wow. And
see, that's the kind of customers we have in Ciderville, and the kind that we appreciate. And David, just to compliment you, you're the man who built that.
Mm-hmm.
You're the man who built that and brought people like that into the store, and thank God they're still shopping with me, since you've retired out.
I appreciate it. I appreciate all of them. Up until I started the music store, I made my living off playing music. Of course, I kept up playing it. And then I had played it for a long time before I could get going. I got a check for TV,
yeah,
and a check for the road, and I kept the road and get my sister every week. I had forgot about this, and she was telling somebody, I said, I remember when David started, he wrote his TV check every week. He brought it in and signed it and handed it to me to work there.
Yeah.
Couldn't make it. But it wasn't too long that it started taking hold, and then it ran away with everything.
That's right.
See, people didn't know it, but we owned Apollic Music.
Yeah.
Appalachian Academy down Keeps Pike, which was a big thing. And 60 mini stores.
Yeah, you owned a bunch that people don't know about.
60 mini stores. The route was 1,500 miles. This quick you got around here. So that means they put in mini stores mean that you go in a place like back in H.A. variety stores, we had all of them.
Sure.
But you walk in that big variety store, and you had to put it pretty close to the cash register because you had to unlock that big cabinet to get them strings and stuff.
Right.
It's where you couldn't, everything's where you couldn't steal.
Right.
And so we put in a banjo, a mandolin, a fiddle, a ukulele, drums, set of drums, one of everything, Delsmer, bass amp, electric guitar, all of that. We just took a corner in a store and built a small music store.
Sure.
And called them mini stores.
Sure.
And I mean, it was, I invented that. And how come we didn't invent that? Me and some of the boys was playing in Boone, Kentucky, I believe. Anyhow, the governor flew in a helicopter and landed there, and Mr. Walker was a guest speaker. And he was after he was speaking at Bonnie and Buster. See, I wasn't working for Mr. Walker at that time. I was supposed to be riding Bonnie and Buster, and some way he called and told me he wanted me to ride with me because he wanted me to do him a favor on a bill.
Right.
And he'd talk about it in his sleep for a while, and he'd wake up, will you do that for me, David? I said, I don't have no time, Mr. Walker. I kept on putting him off to finally he asked me, I said, I'll do it for you. I had to say yes or no one. I said, I'll do it for you. And then he was talking about promoting. He was inventing something that you put like a soup deal.
Right.
You drop that soup in there and it comes down, you take one out and another falls in. He won't come up with that idea.
Yeah.
And he was drawing it up to get rid of, to cut down on stocking fee. Everybody had stocking. You could have it in there longer, you know. And he said, there's something that I've been against all my life, and I can't do it. If I could put beer in my stores right now, they'd put that rack in there, a big old case, and they'd pay me 18% to put that beer. 18%. Think of what kind of money that is.
A lot of money.
And he said, I'm just going to have to put a key on my cash register just for beer only, a beer key. And every other beer runs through that. And he said, I can make 18%. He said, I have to say no because I was always against it.
Right.
And when he said that, it went off in my head. Boom! Good night. 18%. What if I was to put all this product in hardware stores? And we got some of the Emery's 5 and 10. We got some of the hardwares. We got all the AJ varieties. We got even some of the Radio Shack. We had 60 mile around that stuff.
But you help people too that couldn't drive to Knoxville,
Exactly.
that may not
And
have the means or ability to, right. And you could, they could get strings and stuff in their community without having to drive to Knoxville. So it's a genius idea.
Yes, if you was playing at Knoxville and they was in a variety store, you just go out there, it's open maybe 8 or 9 o'clock.
That's
right.
right.
It says strings. But I got thinking about that. What could I pay him? And I figured it all out. So you give him 25%. Boy, they jump at that.
Yeah.
And I had them things. It was just unreal. They come to life, and he's the one that gave me the idea for doing that. And then I started with 12, and everybody wanted it. Gatlinburg, I had one in Gatlinburg.
Yeah.
And in Jamestown.
Right.
It just started going. And I said, well, we got to get more than that.
That's
I just steadily made them. We had up over 60 of them.
Let's do some round table business talk.
Okay.
I'm gonna throw everybody on the spot here.
Okay.
I'm gonna include old Harold on this one. I want his input and Ron's as well. Come up with this ideal I think I'm gonna do. I think this is like the perfect time to bring this out on the radio for everybody listening.
I don't even know about this, but
no, you don't. That's what I'm saying.
We're learning together.
Hey, Ron, keep your fingers
I got it. We're crossed.
Get $200 bills ready so I can rub them under David's nose and wake him up when he passes out here.
Okay.
All right, here we go. Come up with this ideal I think I'm going to do. I think if you buy a Martin guitar at Ciderville, starting the 1st of October, the first day of October, throughout Christmas, around January to the middle of January, I'm going to do a drawing. Meaning if you buy a guitar, you're going to get a ticket. You throw it in a bucket. And somewhere around January the 1st to January the 15th, we'll do a drawing for a free Martin guitar.
Ooh, there you go.
You wouldn't
what do you
change
think about that?
You wouldn't change that to a donkey, would you?
No, my wife would kill me. My wife's in love with those donkeys.
Stay with the Martin.
Yeah, we cannot get rid of the donkey. It's got to be a Martin guitar. What do you think about that idea?
I think it's a good idea.
I do too.
Let's do it.
That's a good idea.
Let's say starting October the 1st.
I'll tell you something I'd like to give away, and it'd be real good. I don't know if we can get it or not. It's one of them Martins where it's got Mr. Martin's picture on it. Where he started in 1833.
Yeah.
I just got one. We got it on display. But we'll check around and see if we can get it.
Yeah, we might see if we can get one of them.
Wouldn't that be good to give away?
Really cool.
There he is, life size, his big old picture. And
you don't think anybody would want to get a Martin guitar with mine and your picture on it, do you? I could comb my hair that day for the picture the best I could.
There you go.
I don't have much hair to comb is what I'm getting at.
Nah.
But let's think on that. It's not a bad idea, I don't think.
It's a good idea.
Well, it'd be something good for the customers, because I like to give back too. It's not all about, getting rich and making a bunch of money. It's about doing for other people.
Yeah, let's try to get one in.
Yeah.
That's a keepsake.
Yeah, let me make a phone call today and see what I can come up with on that. But if not, it'll be some kind of a Martin guitar. We'll throw a name in a hat. And
when does it start taking place? October?
Yeah, maybe October. May start it sooner. Who knows? We'll throw it out on Facebook. If anybody out there is listening, you want to join us on Facebook, just punch in Ciderville Music, and you'll see a little slash mark, Ciderville Music /Station R, the letter R, Ciderville Music /Station R. Join us up on Facebook and be looking for the advertisement on that to happen. So.
Well, that's something else.
Well, I think it's a great idea.
Why didn't I think of that?
Well, you probably did. You probably gave a bunch of them away. David's probably sat here saying, I'm bored. I've already done that.
I've not done that one. I thought Mr. Walker had everyday low prices, though.
There you go, everyday low prices. Well, we still do that. We carry on your legacy on that.
Oh, yeah, you got a lot of it.
We try to really do
you
people
got it
right.
going, I tell you what. Okay, we better tell them just a little bit. You know, we've been here an hour. We got to sum up. Been here a little over.
Uh-oh.
We'll tell you about Doug. Doug is a sound man. I'm talking about a real good one. He does all of our sound for us. And if you want a sound for your church, your school, give him a call, because, buddy, he's one of the best I saw.
Hey, he does sound for my band. I have a band called Rock Candy. We've been taking a little time off, which, by the way, that's why I'm sore today. We started rehearsing this week, and I can't hardly move my arms, but playing drums anyway. But Doug actually done sound for our band, and man, what a good job he done. Somebody captured a little clip of a video out front, because we don't, as you know, as musicians, we don't get to hear that on stage, what it sounds like out front. But man, it sounded great. I was proud of him. Highly trained at that too, and skilled.
Yeah, we're going to. All that's a good idea. I think it's a real good idea. But we got to give him a call if you got a scoop. It ain't too big or too little. He's got some equipment.
Oh, he's got a lot of equipment.
He does the best, and he don't get them squeals.
No, he don't. He didn't.
Oh, he has that thing set.
We didn't get any microphone squeals from him either. With all the.
I noticed
drums
yesterday at the fair we got some squeals. I wish I'd had him up there. He just. Yeah. Well, he's been with us for a pretty while now.
Well, he knows how.
And he knows every move. He knows how to set the stage up.
Sure.
He just knows it all.
Can I give a shout out real quick to Scott Revelle at Ciderville Music?
Sure.
Scott Revelle, Ciderville Music, guitar repair technician. Awesome guy, and awesome work he does.
I've got to get my Les Paul out to him. I want him to go through it.
Oh, he does good work.
Oh, he's a good guy, and he's as honest as the day is long.
Yeah, I
know Scott. He actually plays keyboards in my band now, and let me tell you something. What a guy he is. I've saw him be so honest with people when he could have actually got money off of them, and he saved them money, and you can't ask for no better than that.
As a con you say, he's the most.
Yeah, so if out in Radio Land, if you need guitar repairs done, electric guitar repairs, bass guitars, and even some minor other instrument stuff, come see Scott Revelle at Ciderville Music.
I know you had a Rickenbacker bass out of that day. You carry that?
Hey, let me tell you, that was an old Joel.
Old Rickenbacker.
Oh, man, that was an old Joel. I hated seeing it go.
This was an old new Rickenbacker.
I thought I would have that instrument a while, just because of the price on it. And we threw it out on Facebook, and I think 4 hours later it sold to a really, really sweet lady. Probably in her 60s, who's always wanted one of those.
Wow.
And she left with nothing but the biggest smile on her face, which tickled me to death too. So it's.
So they start smiling.
Well, I think I smiled a little too. We was all just smiling.
I just wondered if you carried that in the store.
I wish we could. I've actually put in a phone call to Rickenbacker, but I've not received a call.
Has anybody that you know of got it in Knoxville?
Not really that I know of. I
used to hit it years ago.
Yeah, I think you did, right?
Yeah, I had it.
Yeah.
It's a good company.
Yeah.
But they make a good high dollar instrument.
They make a good instrument, yeah.
They're serious about their instruments.
Yeah, Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers played them for years, I think the Beatles, or a couple of the Beatles.
And I'll tell you, somebody plays one of them. A bass is, what's the guy used to be mayor? Used to be governor.
Huckabee.
Yeah,
Mike Huckabee.
Mike
Huckabee.
Yeah,
if you watch him when he's playing his bass, he plays Rickenbacker bass.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what, there's nothing like a Rickenbacker. I like them. I like them. I'd like to own about 10 of them, but like my wife tells me all the time, if she's listening out there today, Anthony, you're in business to sell them, not bring them home.
Don't bring them in. We've had one for time today. I hope y'all had a good time out there. Mr. Walker said, we're here and hope you're out there. I try this a lot of times on TV and radio. I tell when I was a kid and grew up, I loved to hear people do sayings. And I listened to this 90. I never forget this one. I was just a little young kid, maybe 6 or 7 year old. And I remember they was baling hay, and they had these old wires. They built it with wire, big old roll of spool of wire, and they'd take it, big old baler, and they'd take it to your farm. If you had a lot of hay and you bring that loose hay in, and they sit there and fed it to that thing, and it went around in that wire. You hear it when it was locking up. I remember one guy got a thumbnail on it and just took it right off. Just like that. But anyhow, they was baling that hay, and this woman, I can see her right now sitting in that rocking chair at her farm, their farm, and she was talking about, somebody said, well, what'd I do if I was this? She said, it seems to me like everybody knows what to do with a bad thing, but the one that's got it. I thought, man, that's heady, you know. Ain't that heady?
Mm-hmm. Everybody can tell you what to do.
My daddy's theory was, don't never tell me what you would do if you had it. Tell me what you did when you had it.
I heard one other day, and I'm probably not going to get this right, okay? It was a fun thing going on at the gym between a woman and a man that know each other. She said something about, buddy, you're wrong about that. And he said, I've only been wrong one time in my life, and it's the time that I thought I was.
I got to tell you, and then when I drove a school bus for several years over here for John Rice Irwin, for high school kids, and this boy must have been 6'4". I mean, he was a big guy. He wasn't just fat, he just tall. And when he got on the bus, I remember watching him do his head down, like bend his head down to walk to the back. He always wanted to be on the back. And so he got right on the bus and stood right up above the steps, and he hollered real loud, nobody knows who Daddy is but Mama. Heard that out. I thought, well, you know, I don't know what he knows, but pretty good.
He could be on the money.
He could be.
As the Kentucky Headhunters sings, Daddy was a milkman.
Hey, this is kind of funny. I told my mama back because I started driving. I was 21. I had 21 years by show. She said, yeah, and sometimes mama don't know.
Might be some confusion.
No, I did. She cleared you up on everything.
What's that, Harold?
But anyhow, says you found a briar patch, you don't know which briar stuck you.
That's right. That's right.
We're having so much fun, we better get off here while we're laughing. I'm going to give you one. I want you to hold on to this one.
All right.
You've done it before. I don't think I've ever done it on stage anywhere before because I heard it on stage. It was either Grand Ole Opry or that Boots Randolph. It was a good big show. But Fred Smith, a fellow that wrote a lot of hee-haw, and he always had a saying. Everything he done was a saying. He walked funny, he eat funny. I mean, he was comedy maker. Remember what he done? If he just said hello, he'd hi do. He could hold a word the longest I ever saw. He didn't say hello, he said hi do and hold it, knowing it. Like I heard said the other day, he said, boy, we was poor when we grew up. Said we're pouring snakes. He looked over at his woman sitting on the front row. He said, was you poor if you growed up, Miss Woman? I mean, he just put them out of the audience like that, and they just loved him.
Yeah.
But I'm going to leave you with his saying before we leave. He says, it's better to be hot and bothered than satisfied and worried. Whatever it meant.
I don't know either. Can I leave you with one?
Yeah.
Come on down to Ciderville and buy a Martin guitar. My wife's wanting cheese on her crystals.
Okay. So we get to see you next week. God bless all of us. Throw me in with it.
Yes,
And
sir.
we hope to get to talk to you again next week.
All right.
Sounds good.
Have a good one.
Thank you for listening to AM 1380 WYSH and Ask Your Neighbor. Make sure you tune in at 10 a.m. each day, Monday through Friday, right here on AM 1380 WYSH and BBB TV 12. Or listen live online at WYSHradio.com. And remember, if you have a question, comment, or problem, call in tomorrow and ask your neighbor. Or email from our website. It's Ask Your Neighbor. Thanks for listening.